slides here. Let me do a little bit of a handout for tonight. The handout is a teaser. So tonight's talk is on the remarkable record of Job. It's really a topic where we could spend dozens of hours going through, but we've got basically maybe a little bit more than an hour to kind of talk through an extensive subject. So it's really going to be more of an overview, real quick overview of the book of Job, and then looking at some of the scientific insights that Job gives us, and some really incredible modern insights that from a book that was written probably 4,000 years ago. So we're going to take a look at that. So the little sheet I've given you, you can fold in half. I had created this thing about 7-8 years ago when I was doing a Sunday school series on the book of Job, going through and kind of teaching it verse by verse. So one of the things that A.Z.O.S.A does or can offer is we offer speakers that can come into your church for Bible study or whatever and give more detailed discussions and talks, and lectures or whatever, lead Bible studies on a variety of topics. I mean, obviously, especially related to creation, science, Genesis, and so on and so forth. But that's a resource that you folks and other churches, as you go back to your churches or wherever, however you worship, those are resources that you can take advantage of throughout the state. So there's a lot of people with lots of talents. You've heard a lot of them come here and speak. And we're available resources, and we just need the opportunities to come and serve. So this is a teaser. This is like I prepared this as like a 12-week study on the book of Job. So you've got the like the lesson number 1. I mean, we're going to talk more than just what's on this page that I'm giving you tonight, but that's kind of like a teaser for you to maybe invite me back somewhere else sometime. But anyway, before we get more into it, I also want to highlight something else. A book called The Remarkable Record of Job by Henry Morris. Okay, that's going to be back at the main table here. These are available for sale for $10 as well. And it's a great commentary on the book of Job. Okay, now let me open up my Bible here because I've actually got a lot of my notes actually in my Bible. I'm one of the kind of guys that actually likes to write things. I don't like to do it electronically. I actually like to use real ink and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, we're going to talk about the remarkable record of Job and kind of go into that and provide a little bit of an overview here. Now, I would have to say, I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was a pastor. I've been going to church pretty much my whole life. And I have to say that how many have ever had a Bible study from the pulpit, let's say, or from an adult Sunday school class, wherever, where they taught the book of Job? You have? Well, I'm kind of surprised at that. I never had. Okay? It's kind of one of those things where, it's not really touched on that often. Okay? It's kind of almost one of the forgotten books of the Bible. And, it's very rare to see a sermon or a Bible study on the book. I have to admit that it's sometimes rather difficult to understand some of it. Okay. Yes, I am a rocket scientist. That's not that big a deal necessarily in this town with Raytheon. And you guys have seen me here before. But I just want to highlight one thing in my educational career. I did do 4 years of high school in 1 year. So as you can imagine, maybe I got lots of A's, but there was one class that I didn't like, and it was like, I think it was called English Literature or something like that. And I got like a C. It was one of those things I hated, so of course I didn't do well in it. I got A's and everything else, but there was one class, it was like poetry. I was like, I hated that stuff, And, but I graduated with special honors and went to college early and all that kind of stuff, and the Lord has blessed me that way. Thank Him for that. And obviously, the theme of my ministry is the Bible and true science are in perfect harmony. But going back to that poetry, never thought I would learn to like it. And I guess I'd have to say, well, maybe it's because I don't like English poetry. but I like Hebrew or biblical poetry much better. And certainly with the book of Job, even non-believers will rank Job as a literary masterpiece, okay, in terms of what's in there. Now, most people say, well, it's all fiction, it's not real, but I'm here to tell you that it is real. It does present a true historic record of a divine experiment that was going on. And it is an ancient text, and it does provide some incredible, exceptional insights that are actually very modern, and we're going to cover some of those things. Since it's, God has given it, He's preserved it, He's included it in His Word, we need to know what it says. And there's some powerfully incredible things in here that help us answer some pretty tough questions that are pertinent to us today, even though this is a text that was written some long time ago, close to like 4,000 years ago. So the purpose of the book of Job. So probably a lot of people have heard of Job in some fashion or another, that he suffered a lot. But the purpose of Job, when we really get down to it, this is, I guess, where I'm obviously offering my opinion here, and also certainly of Dr. Morris as well, for the commentary